All right, all right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Dr. Green here. It's time to get psychological. Time to dive in to the unknown. Time to figure out why us human beings make this trading and investing thing more difficult than it needs to be. Can't you see? It ain't that hard. It's not easy. Simple. Not easy, but simple. So we're going to talk tonight a common theme of why people don't hone or master this skill set of trading and investing. What really deters them from greatness? What really is the underlying issues of why they can't succeed in this business? And it always comes down to much more than the strategy they are using. It's an entire process. So welcome. If you are already a Trade Phantom, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are not a Trade Phantom and you are new to Trade Phantoms, welcome as well. All right, so tonight is strictly psychology and kind of getting into the core of why people give up on this, why they quit on it. And there's a million reasons, not a million, there's a lot of reasons why. But what we're going to cover tonight is buying in, drinking the Kool-Aid, being part of a team, being part of a unit, believing not just in yourself, but believing in the process and the people around you. And I'm going to make a lot of correlations to other avenues of life, such as sports. Yeah, you could even say religion if you really wanted to. You don't have to be religious to understand or comprehend what I'm going to explain. Your jobs that you're successful at, your careers. And ultimately, all of this is to help yourself to how to avoid trading emotionally. All right? So as we always say, some fun compliance stuff that we get here. Everything's copyrighted, so please, no recordings or pictures. Take notes, no recordings. We don't guarantee profit or success. That's silly. There's a lot of scrubs on YouTube and TikTok and other social media outlets that guarantee profitability. They are losers, what I would call the definition of losers. And people that follow them and buy into their crap are bigger losers. We don't guarantee that. I guarantee this. If you stick it out and don't quit, you'll start doing well. That I can guarantee. But the question is, can you stick it out? That's what we had to talk about tonight. Last but not least, Trade Phantoms is an educational institution. We are not, I repeat, not a brokerage. We are strictly here to teach individuals how to do trading and investing so they can be their own analysts. And as I said, tonight's topic is drink the Kool-Aid. We have all kinds of different colors, but drink it. So what does Dr. Green mean by drink the Kool-Aid? Let me get some participation out there. What do you think I mean? Help me out in the chat world. What am I getting at? Drink the Kool-Aid. Drink it. Drink it before it gets warm. What do you think? We tongue-tied? You got to buy in. Show up. All good answers. Follow you blind without question. All excellent answers. Look it. The people that are part of Trade Phantoms, members of Pro. I drive a Range Rover, not a Lambo, but all right. I don't want a Lambo. No lifestyle representations here. I'm going to keep it simple. Keep it very, very simple. Look at people that are already a part of our community, that have been with us for some time. I call them our salty phantom veterans. They've bought in. They bought in. They bought into what we're doing. They bought into the culture. They bought into the community. And by doing that, they've bought into themselves. And in life, that is the only way you're going to succeed or achieve something. You got to buy in. We could also use the word commit. You got to commit. And that's a lot easier said than done. You know, that was weird. Mic check, mic check. I don't know what the hell just happened to my phone right there. Are we good? Can you guys hear me? It's too late, and I'm too tired for technical issues. All right. So we talk about this, and like, you know, if you're not a member of this community and you're just following us, my recommendation to you is this. You probably want to learn trading and investing because you're sitting on YouTube tonight watching a trading and investing, or you're watching this as a recording. If you're that person and you're not profitable, you need to buy in or drink the Kool-Aid somewhere. Doesn't have to be with us. It could be, okay? But you've got to buy in. You've got to believe. You've got to have some kind of faith. Now, that means you got to believe in the people that are taking you along this journey. And I understand that trust doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. But you have to at least give yourself the opportunity to get into the water and go along that river and give yourself an opportunity for the trust to build. Because if the trust isn't there, you're never going to get it. Let me ask you this. Michael Jordan, he worked his butt off, right, to be who he was. But do you think Michael Jordan, when he was taking the coaching, do you think he believed in the coaches? He believed in himself. But he had to believe in the whole program. Tom Brady, he believed in what they were doing as a collective whole, as a unit. And that is what we have at Trade Phantoms. Just like any, you know, and most communities that don't succeed, it's because they don't have a culture. They don't have a commonality. They don't have people helping people helping people that are struggling, getting over, you know, whatever turmoil they're in or whatever challenges they're facing. So you got to buy in. You got to buy in. Now, I jokingly have up here, we have all kinds of different colors. We got Mr. Black, Mr. Blue, and myself, Mr. Green. Dr. Green for tonight. Okay? Hey, maybe I'm not your cup of tea. That's okay. There's a lot of people. I'm not a lot of people's cup of tea. Maybe it's Mr. Black. Maybe it's Mr. Blue. Take it outside of Trade Phantoms. How many of you people have signed up for communities and then gave up on them? Now, we could look at that and say it was the community. It might have been, or it might have been you. Did you fully leave yourself vulnerable? There's the word, vulnerable. Did you leave yourself vulnerable to accepting the help and the coaching and buying into the process? That's only a question that you can answer. I can't answer that question for you. And that's a question that you have to be very honest and self-reflective while asking that question. Now, a thing that was taught to me early in my life in a different walk of life about buying in, drinking the Kool-Aid, is sometimes at the beginning, you have to fake it till you make it. You just have to. You have to fake it till you make it sometimes. Sometimes people don't. Sometimes people come in and they just buy in right away. God bless them. That's the best. But that's why a couple of you wrote showing up, doing the drill. That's faking until you make it. Because if you're surrounding yourself by the right people and you keep showing up, it's going to rub off on you. It's going to take you to that next level. It's going to get you to where you want to be. And it's going to make you proud. And you're going to wake up one day and be like, man, I'm glad I did this. And we have that here. That's a blessing. It's a blessing not for really just the members, but for the instructors as well. The members drive the motor. They're the straw that stirs the drink. We just show up and teach. They keep me going. In an industry like trading and investing, that can be a lonely business because you're home trading by yourself. I don't care how much money you make. I've made plenty of money doing this. It gets boring. Making money in any area redundantly gets boring. That's why businessmen and businesswomen always that are entrepreneurs venture out to different areas. And they open up multiple businesses. So me, 13, 14 years into this racket, what drives me? The community. If I get 100 people in front of me, and I only can get one of them profitable, that's a win. I know that might not sound good to you guys, but that's a win. That's a win for me. If I can get through to one person, that's a win. Okay? Now, what avoids us? Let's dive into it a little deeper. What prevents us from drinking the Kool-Aid or even faking it till you make it? Well, fear. Fear is the ultimate killer of life. Dreams, hopes, financial freedom, passion. It's all about fear. We all have it. I have it. You have it. She has it. He has it. Everybody has it. A lot of it's self-centered fear. One thing that my mentor used to always say to me is, he'd always say, Anthony, successful people have fear too. They just know how to deal with it better. Think about that. Everybody has it, but how do you handle it? Do you tuck your tail and go the other way, or do you show up to fight another day? And the thing about showing up day in, day out, it's easy to quit when you're not held accountable by other people in a group. It's the old saying, some people can self-motivate themselves and go to the gym. Others can't. So what do? You either quit or you do something like get a workout partner or a physical trainer. The question that I have to you, that you have to ask yourself, is what lengths are you willing to go to get this? You know, one of our phantoms, Mr. Blue, he has a tremendous story. I mean, he moved to New York and traveled the country to learn how to do this. He followed people that really were just like, when you're a mentee and you're trying to get someone to mentor you, sometimes you're a pain in the you-know-what. But he wanted it. If I want what you got, I'm going to show you long enough that I want it until you buy into the fact that I'm serious. Because here's the deal. I've taught and worked with well over 10,000 people internationally, in person and online. And everybody's got a good story at the beginning. And everybody wants to succeed. And God knows I want to help everybody. But it doesn't work that way. Because people are committed one day and then the next day they're not. So my advice, if you're in the community already and you're a part of Trade Phantoms Pro, then you already know what I'm talking about. You know about the group chat. You know about the picks. You know about the live trading sessions. You know about the humor and the fun that we have and the sense of caring and the customer support. You get that. You're part of it. This message is more, and this is also for people that have just signed up. Because if you just signed up, you're probably still a little bit on the fence, which is okay. Which is okay. That's why we have a cost-effective program. A cost-effective program to let you get your feet wet and see if A, we are right for you, and B, is this the right industry? And obviously, C, are you right for the community? Because we don't need poisonous. We've had them. We'll kick them out. The community is clean. It's clean, baby. What a group of motivated traders that we've got in Trade Phantoms. What a group of you know what? Forget the community. In my opinion, the amount of time I've been doing this, I've worked for various companies like this over the last decade. By far, the community that's been built in Trade Phantoms is the best I've seen. We have people round the clock talking, trading, chatting, trading, and trading. They want it, and they fought for it. And it's beautiful for me to be on the mentor side to see the fruits of their hard work show up. And that's not just trading, people. That's life. But you got to buy in. You've got to buy in. And it's not just believing in yourself, because nobody makes it up the hill alone. Hate to break it to you. That's simple man thinking. No one makes it up the big hill alone. Someone's got to carry you when you're tired. It's just the way it goes. Or push you and tell you to get up and keep moving. And that's what community is about. I learned it in the Marine Corps. I learned it in recovery. And I've certainly learned it in trading. You shall be judged by the company you keep. And you will be, Harrison. If you believe you will be. And you continue to buy into the process on a daily basis. And sometimes that process takes longer than we expect. Sometimes those seasons of life, they don't happen in a month or 6 months or a year. Sometimes they take longer. So what do I say to most people that sign up for this? I say the people who do the best are the people that have the best attitude. Period. Not the people who scored the highest on their SATs. Not the people with the great jobs. Not the people with a bunch of money. The people with the best attitude. Because an attitude of gratitude will take you to where you got to go. And if you are in a positive mood, you can handle the ups and downs of this wacky, crazy business. And it is a wacky and crazy business, but it's a beautiful business. It's a beautiful business. It's a business that allows you to do anything you want. It gives you complete financial freedom, which ultimately isn't about the money. It's about being able to do what you want to do. To answer Jared's question, it took me 6 months. I read a quote. It was from Bill Lipschitz. It said, worry about the process. Don't worry about the outcome. Stay in the process. Meaning the outcome was money. Get out of the outcome. Stay in the process and hydrate on Kool-Aid. And that was a revolutionary moment. It was instrumental for me, Jared. And when that happened, things started getting easier. And about 6 months later, that's when I got profitable. When I didn't know that was it, because I think you got to be profitable straight for about a year until you can call it. But at that year mark is when the season changed for me. I didn't know it right then, but that's when it happened. And it was that quote I read. We live in a world full of instant gratification. I understand that, people. If I can get something easier without working hard, I'm going to take it. I've worked hard for everything I have, and I still work hard. So if I can go on easy street and get something, why not? But 9 out of 10 times, that ain't the case. 9 out of 10 times, you got to put the grind in. You got to get dirty. You got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. And you got to buy in. Got to commit. And not just commit by showing up. You got to commit mentally. There's layers to commitment. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to contradict myself, because I said you can fake it till you make it. And at the beginning, sometimes that's what it takes. But you got to work on your mind, people. You got to work on the emotional part. Okay? You have to, thank you, Cable. You got to work on the emotional part, man. You got to work on the part where it's like, you know, these people know what they're doing. These people got a 4.8 Trustpilot review. Got over 1,000 members. And they're having fun. How many of you are having fun when you're doing this? Be honest. Even when you're losing. How many of you are having fun with the jokes and the camaraderie and the games? That's what it's about. Because this, unfortunately, is a serious business. And people that try to learn this are usually people who are serious people. And that's a negative and a positive. Because you want to be serious, but you don't want to take yourself too serious. Sometimes you got to step back and take a laugh. Self-deprecation. Have some fun. That's what we do. It can't be all business. You got to work. You got to work. But you got to give yourself a pass sometimes. And that's tough. It was tough for me. You know, I struggle with the overachieving disease. I get that gene. You know, I can still run into that trap. But if ultimately I've trained my mind, and this has come through experience and by being nurtured by the right people, I've trained my mind to allow myself to know that, Anthony, if everything is going to work out as long as you show up. Because you're already surrounded by the right people, Anthony. So you just got to show up, and it will work itself out one way or another. Maybe not the way that I want it to, or I think it's supposed to, because I don't have a crystal ball. Neither do you. I can't predict the future. Neither can you. But I know how to live in this game of life, and I know how to trade in these markets. Up, down, sideways, however you want. Crash, bull run, elections, natural disasters, seen it all. That's an experience thing. That I can't teach you, but I can motivate you by talking about it to keep you in that game. Evan, that's all it is. And these are simple things I'm saying, but they're hard to follow, right? You know, they are. Let's call it for what it is. You know, when I was growing up, I quit. I used to quit things all the time. My dad used to get all over me. All over me. Yeah, we had fun that night. That was a good night. My dad was all over me. You quit this, you quit this, you quit that. He was right. Eventually, I stopped quitting things. It's not in my DNA to quit anymore. But I got to buy in. I got to be passionate. And I've said this to myself about this industry. This industry's been good to me. I've paid it back. by doing a lot of mentoring, some paid for, some free. But the day that I'm not passionate about it anymore, the day that I'm not buying in, is the day I stop. Hopefully that day never comes. But if it does, I'll be ready to move on. You got to get past the money part of this. That aspect is going to take you out. Take you out the bad way. Buy in. Be passionate. Be patient. Trust the process. Reach out. Use the resources. If you don't have resources, then that's a problem. All right? If you're on here tonight and you're not a member, or you're listening on a recording and you don't have a trade plan or a group or someone teaching you how to do this, that's a problem. Oh, I'll learn it. Oh, maybe you will. The failure rate's 98%. I'll bet my money against you. You don't have to use us. But use somebody. Use something with credibility. You people that jump into these programs, you're not stupid people. If someone's trying to scam you, you could tell. You should. And if you buy into the scam, that means you're just hoping that you're going to get somewhere to the next rung easy. That means success isn't cut out for you. But people that are willing to put the work in, that come into us, I tell them all the time, couple weeks into this thing, you're going to say it's one of the best things I've ever done. And I still stand by that. Or maybe trading's not for you. And who cares if that's the case? At least you gave it a shot. You don't want to wake up at 50 or 60 and being like, man, I wish I tried that. And if you're going to try it, give it your full effort, your full commitment. Drink the Kool-Aid. All right? Everybody, if you're part of the club, thanks for coming in tonight. As I always say, now it's time for you to do the work. If you're not part of the club, you can sign up for a complimentary workshop at TradePhantoms.com. We do them every Thursday. Either myself or Mr. Black does it. That's okay, Jared. You feel like you're catching up. I went through the same thing. Jared, I stopped feeling like I was in a hurry about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, I finally said to myself, Anthony, you're not catching up anymore. You're actually past most people. That was years of success. So that hunger pushed me, and it was good. But eventually it was like, you're still new, and you're probably going to feel like that. Even after you get real profitable, it's still going to be like that. Because you have an edge. And that edge can be used to keep you successful. It's a little chip on your shoulder. It's there for some reason. The why's not that important on it. But it's good. I'd rather you have the chip than not have the chip. I'd rather you be in a hurry than not be in a hurry. You just got to learn how to be in a hurry methodically, Jared. Does that make sense, my man? Because if you don't have any urgency in life, then you ain't going to do anything. So being in a hurry is okay. But you got to be able to do it methodically. Meditative hurry. So for those of you, I'm going to check out tonight. If you're not a member of the community, feel free. Come to www.tradephantoms.com. Sign up for a complimentary class. We have one this Thursday. Mr. Black will be teaching it. Also, you can follow all of our live trading on YouTube and TikTok as well, and Instagram. We have a lot of content out there. We'd love you to come check us out. Besides that, everybody have a great night. Be safe. For the rest of y'all, for my Phantomites, for my Phantom Army, my militia, we got live trading on Thursday. I know the markets are closed because of Jimmy Carter, but we're still teaching. We still teaching. Foreign exchange market don't close, baby. You're welcome. Guys, have a great night. Be safe. My pleasure as always. Trade smart, trade safe. And Miss Dr. Green is out.